All right, all right, we are live. We are live. Hello, everybody in YouTube land. Just as a preface, what's happening right now, we are in the middle of doing kind of like a little powwow session. I'm actually on conference with another licensed air AI professional, and we're both kind of on the same joint venture because we both opened our doors at the beginning of this year. As you see, we're going into the third month. So we're just strategizing right quick. So this is kind of like a fly on the wall session, and we're just talking about what we're doing for outreach. So did you want to keep going, Vic, or you
Yeah,
want?
Terry, yeah, thanks. Yeah, great, great, great. So yeah, what I was saying is that we're talking about AI and the potential for the future. And you'll never know how long a business will be around. You just have to trust the business and do your kind of due diligence and proper research. But we're in a hot period of AI right now. So we're in a period where we're just getting into this super hot phase. It's going to get a little bit better over the next, I'd say, 2 to 5 to 10 years. So, with a product like this, what you could do is get in, make a lot of money, and then get out, right? Or make a lot of money and use that as a resource and then go ahead and build out custom products or build on top of something like AI, another option. But there's a lot of money to be made in the space, and there's a lot of like places where we can add value to other companies, other businesses. So that's one strategy I would say. So, but I do think about like, you're always thinking about how long will this company be around? Is it going to be around for the next 20, 30, 50 years? So things are a little bit different than, like I guess like back in the day when companies would just be around for a long period of time and you could just like stay at one company or work with one company for a long time. So things are changing very quickly, but it's good to take advantage of something like this. And if you have opportunity, you can go ahead and jump in and just make your money, build your products, have your service offerings, and then you can decide what you want to do.
Yeah, because when it comes to this industry, um, just looking at AI and how it is assisting, humans on, being better humans. Those that see that value for what it is now, they're going to be a step ahead of the ones who, wait to see how it plays out. So as far as the opportunity goes, this
Yeah.
is kind of like the gold rush opportunity, so to speak. And like we were talking about before, the people at Air, they said that they were going to limit the the amount of licenses that are going to be released. But over,
Mhm.
I don't know, I want to three over the last 6 months, they've increased the amount of people who hold their licenses. And the way I look at it is, well, my angle is, well, out of 300, let's say 500 license holders, how many of them are actually performing? So you can give
Right.
somebody, or you can lead people to the lake or to the water, but you can't
Yes,
force them to drink, you know.
that's
Uh,
right. Yeah. Yeah,
so
so it could be a few different things. And that's a good point there, is that maybe those if there are people 1,000 people with licenses, maybe there aren't
they're not
many that are
performing, yeah. And it's like,
not
oh, we
active,
got to sell more
not
licenses.
active licenses, right?
Yeah,
And so if you have a kind of a goal to hit, then you want to sell more licenses to get to those numbers, right? So that makes sense. And they're dependent upon the license holders for their business and getting the word out because
yeah,
the market size
huge,
is big
super huge.
here.
Yeah,
It's huge.
super huge. I mean, from a
And so
small
like,
business owner to the
yeah,
largest
to even make
corporations.
a
Yeah,
exactly to even make a dent in that market, you're gonna need a lot of leverage. You're gonna need a lot of help from and support from community. And also another thing that's important is I was just like, as you build, you want that credibility, right? So you have to have credibility. I know when you go into enterprise companies like and large corporations, like you need to have credibility. They need to know that you can deliver offering, right? So that's really important. So they'll look you up and say, hey, they do due diligence, right? They'll check what you're doing, what stack you're using, how you are with customers, how you are with customers in the past. So customer testimonials, your capabilities. There's a whole list of stuff. But part of this is trust, as a company, and
Mm,
but it's also track history by looking at like what you've done in the past.
yeah.
So just something to
And
think
that's
keep in
kind of
mind.
a hard one to swallow also because, with
Yep.
AI coming to us consumers at this level where we can use it to hold telephone conversations or analyze a PDF document or create text to video, all this stuff is
Yes.
relatively new for us consumers. So that kind of technology, we really don't have a real track record. Only thing we can do is say, hey, look, when the automobile was released, you saw how the Model 10s or the Ford model, whatever, looked, and then now
Right.
have, Mustangs and everything like that. So it's kind of like that.
Right.
We're building
Exactly.
a track
Exactly.
record. We're what they call trend setting or the
Yeah.
the pioneers, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. So
I
we're
don't.
gonna be the ones to
I
start
don't
it.
think it's
Yeah, to see
exactly. I don't think
leadership.
it's so important. Yeah, like like inventing something yourself is great. It's nice, but it's more about the execution and like the marketing aspect and how you implement things into the market, right? So I think this is more important, but AI itself, there's so many different applications and use cases. So you talked about like PDFs and creating content. We can create massive amounts of content in seconds, in a few minutes, right?
Right.
Uh, so we can create, like we can
Analytical
go,
reports, like,
yeah, analytical
like
reports, or
super
like
detailed
we can
analytic reports.
talk to
Like minutes. Normally
PDFs.
it takes weeks for that, but
Oh yeah,
yeah.
we talk to PDFs. We can interact with PDFs. I'm working on one project. It's a medical review, right? So with
Mhm.
medical reviews, you can actually become quite famous just writing medical reviews. They'll invite you to talk on, on certain topics, like, healthcare and technology, for example. But you can create a medical review, like a structure in a GPT model for medical reviews, and
Mhm.
then you can make that a part of your workflow,
There
right?
you go.
So it's like it is like how you there's so many different I think creativity is really important because there's so many different ways you can apply this stuff to your business, so yeah.
No, I like how you said that too, because I was listening to another podcast and they said those
Yeah.
exact words. It was like it won't be um, the people who have the technology, but the people who have the ideas.
Right.
So
Right.
we're
Exactly.
whoever holds the better idea is going to win. So we all will have access to, greatness and or potential with all this technology released to us. But if your mind is not creative and you're not really a part of that craft,
Right.
you're going to get limited results. But people like you and I, we actually specialize. Like, didn't you say you're in the medical field? That's what you
Yes.
specialize in. So
Yeah. Yeah.
tell me more about
I'm
that.
in
Like,
the
what do you service as far as AI goes? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so I have a background in clinical healthcare, background in medicine. So I left medicine and went into healthcare and technology about 13 years ago. Started working as a consultant, kind of like a IT consultant, IT management consultant, and then doing some BA work also. And then I started to focus on um, digital health, right? So focusing on, different tools for digital health, implementing those tools, integrating those tools into different environments. So we help with using AI. We help with AI strategy, generative AI in business for the digital health market, right? So for the healthcare and technology. So yeah, so it's pretty exciting. It's a pretty exciting, it's a real exciting, it's probably one of the hottest areas, but it wasn't like that like 10, 12 years ago. it was very new. People were just getting into this, and you get, you know, ideas. People would say, "Oh, you can't put medicine on a computer, or you can't do that," right? So that was a little bit of pushback in the beginning. But yeah, so we do all kinds of, AI strategy, implementation, helping different companies in this the healthcare and its subsectors, right? So it's like healthcare think tanks, hospitals, private practices, innovation centers, startups, small, medium-sized business, larger corporations for clinical trials, like things like this. So,
So yeah, and you just started reaching out to them. Is there any like particular like sectors that you really want to target on, or are you just going after the whole industry?
yeah, yeah. So we're basically just focused on, people working with digital health. So that's like the healthcare and technology. And digital health itself is a it's a big umbrella, right? So it includes things like telemedicine, remote patient care, different using different systems. So the digital health is the main focus. Mhm.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm not really trying to get into your business, but I'm just curious.
Yeah.
So when it comes to digital health, like what's a way that you can find let's say a medical company that focuses on digital health? Like, like how do you find your list,
Yeah. Yeah. So we would start with our target customer. So I guess our ideal customer profile. Um, and then we would go from there. And so we could pull lists. Basically, there's different ways I do that business development, and some of it's through content. So it's like customer acquisition has, like a lot of parts to it, but there's like LinkedIn connections, so social media. There's articles, written white papers, workshops, and then we basically make a connection and offer value to our customers, and then we will, build a relationship with them. So is for digital health, it could be a pharmaceutical company, like a big pharmaceutical company. It could be a hospital that uses digital health, right?
Mhm.
It could be a physician working in cardiology, doing private practice that wants to implement digital health into his practice.
Yeah, and when you say
You
digital
might want to
health, like,
improve.
is this like those apps
Yeah.
that I see people using, where they
Yeah,
track like macros and
yes,
stuff?
that exactly. So that's one aspect of it. That's more like those are the wearables.
Uh-huh.
That's one part of it. But there's also other areas using, there's different parts of it as well. So there's a whole umbrella of services there. So wearables would be one, remote patient monitoring, telemedicine is another area. So
Okay. Well, yeah, because what I'm doing now, I kind of showed you this earlier. Um,
yeah.
I'm targeting, the insurance agents, the telemarketing centers, customer
Mhm.
service. Basically,
Yeah.
three niches that they really do need, call volumes. And my
Mhm.
backwards
Mhm.
way of doing it, I forgot how I heard about this, but I listened to someone, and they were saying, hey, just go to like where they're listing the jobs at and get in
Right.
touch with the person who makes those decisions. And I know human resources is not really the best department
Yeah.
to make that decision and say, yeah, we're going to switch from humans to AI, because honestly, their job is to do whatever whoever's on top of them tells them to hire. So it'll be kind
Yeah.
of backwards if the HR department says, yeah, I know you want me to hire humans, but this company said they can do it with robots. Huh? I don't think that's a good conversation for
Right.
them. is going to make them look bad. So I'm just trying to figure out ways, and this is me personally. I'm trying to
Yeah.
literally figure out ways to get above that rank, you know,
Hmm.
and whether it's going to take multiple phone calls, multiple diggings, or even like a face to face, I just got to go up there. That's my biggest challenge right now. And I know there's probably a way to scrape the information too, because like right now,
Yeah.
look at my screen, I'm on a website and I'm about to fill out this form. And I'm pretty sure it's probably a tool out there that if you just put what you're looking for, that it can scrape the emails and stuff, you know. So
Yeah. 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 One of them, I mean, one that I use is LinkedIn Sales Navigator.
okay,
And this is a pretty good one. I think it's $100, $99 per month, and they give a free trial.
okay,
That's a really good one. You can make connections on LinkedIn and anything in the B2B market. This would be a good idea. But as far as like connecting with these, with the owners, I think that one of the important things is you have to define you have to write out your ideal customer. So I think that that might be good strategy, like to have exactly like, how much profit do they make? Does their business make? Or how how big is their business? How many employees do they have? Their exact area that they're working in. And then some of these tools allow you to search based on, that you can search using these criteria. Hmm.
yeah,
So yeah, but yeah, that's a good question because like I guess cold calling is one, cold email is another one, but I think the multimodal approach is the best, right? So it means like not just making phone calls all day, but like, oh, maybe we could send a video or send a little, mini workshop or something, or
oh, cool, yeah.
yeah, or send like an email with really some valuable tips
Yeah.
or something
And
like
that's
this.
really effective after you, like you said, define that ideal customer avatar because you really can't do
Yes,
before.
exactly.
You gotta
Yeah.
take the time and create that. In fact, I am gonna do a video. I did
Mhm.
one before, but I'm still new to live streaming and using,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But we did the whole thing, and guess what? It didn't even record. So I was
Oh,
like,
really? They
so
didn't
I got to
record
do another one.
after all that time? Wow.
Yeah, it was one of my first ones. The title of it was "How to Create Advertising that is Engaging," or something like that. You know,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
And basically,
Yeah.
I went over the rules of persuasion.
Yeah.
And basically how to basically create a VSL, a video sales letter,
Oh,
because
yeah.
the best
Yeah.
type of
For sure.
advertisements they inspire. They don't command. So try
Right.
to if you don't create that ideal customer avatar, it's harder to make that content that's going to inspire someone to call you or reach out or take action, inspire
Yeah.
a change. It may not be with you, but what if you inspire them just to make a change. So
Yeah, exactly. The just like if someone interacts with your content, right? Because that's kind of how they see you. Look at it as like a storefront on the computer, and they read your headline on your website, right? The headline should kind of reach out and grab them and talk to them directly, right? And then they
mm,
have the sub headline that talks to them even more, right?
mm,
So this is like
the
this might,
formula, the structure.
yeah, exactly. And then you have objections, right? So that talk about, different objections. So the any type of content, even an article, can talk to your target market. So like, for us, for digital health, we might have telehealth and telemedicine companies, for example. We might work with like mobile health companies, right? People that are working on mobile health projects, right? Or, big data and health analytics, or just AI for imaging analysis, or AI for diagnostics or predicting patient outcomes, right? Or it might be something like automation of administrative tasks, right? Uh, could be content creation, right? So like there's a lot of in the content space for that. Internet of Medical Things, right? So in how things are connected, like if I have a diabetes, uh, blood sugar monitor, how is that going to be connected, right? What's our output?
Mm,
So can we diagnose? Can we help this patient? Things like this.
yes.
And then there's like blockchain also, there's virtual reality. So everything that you basically, you have to look at like it's healthcare and technology, right? So like if it's like we're taking something like virtual reality and combining that with healthcare and its subsectors. And then we're saying, okay, how can we use this technology to improve what we're doing, right, in this area? So, and you could apply it to anything, right? So if you're like my daughter's, she wants to do a film. So I said, it takes a long time to become a film director, right? She said, okay, well, I'm thinking about doing AI and film or something, right? So
Okay.
you can combine the technology with something else,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So that's like, yeah, it's another approach. Combine it with anything. Um, so yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and basically, I'm showing on my screen if anybody's following um how it looks on Go High Level as far as like your email or your text will go out. So this right here is the templates, snippets they call it.
hmm
Um, we call it templates, but they call it snippets.
yeah,
So this is all built into my systems. So basically, you see these are the titles, that I set up, and these will automatically go out once you have them set. It just takes me time to type all this out. So for
yeah,
the last, I want to say 2 hours of time. See this right here? Now hiring telemarketers, call center one, two, this is what I've been
yeah.
building out. And I used AI to develop these email templates. So basically, I always do, when I use AI, I
Oh,
always do the most complex um, prompt first, and then I simplify it on down. So let me go to edit
right.
here. So this is the script that I came up with, and of course I edited it down to sound more human because, guys, if you're using AI to make your content or your copy, just humanize it. It's really not that hard because you will see a lot of verbs that artificial intelligence loves to use, like skyrocket. Every time I see that word skyrocket, I know GPT. Or I say
Yeah,
elevate, transform.
right.
See, like right here it says transform. I just kept transform here because I like how it goes transform to your telemarketing approach with AI. So it's kind of like the T, and the A and the A. I like the rhyming,
Yeah.
so to speak. But anyway,
You like the rhythm to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's a rhythm to this. So
Yeah.
that's the only reason why I left this one here. But I would normally change that transform. Every time I see a word like that, I'm like, they definitely used AI.
Yeah.
So anyway, as you see on the right side is how it'll look on their side. It says, hope it's finding you well, came across your recent advertising position. We understand the pressure of maintaining productive and cost-effective telemarketing team. That is why we have a human-sounding AI software designed to make and receive phone calls for your operations. Our platform easily integrates AI into your daily tasks, ensuring you achieve better results with the same or even reduced operation costs. We know the struggle of high turnover rates, the constant need for training new staff, and the challenge of ensuring consistent sales performance. Our software is the solution to these problems. I need to put a space right there because that's kind of a mouthful. Anytime I see a mouthful, I like to put a space on mine. It takes a while because my computer's slow. But yeah, I'm just editing in the background. So this is the first email, which is the longest email they always get. And then each email gets shorter and shorter. So after I made this email, I copied it and I pasted it back into ChatGPT and I said, hey, can you make this sound simpler? You know, and then that's the next shorter version. Then I'll take the simpler version and I say, hey, can you make this less than a 30-second read? You see what I'm saying? So it'll reword
Yeah.
it so less than 30 seconds to read it.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how I
Yeah.
created all three of those. And when it comes to this portion right here, we know the struggle of high turnover our software. Like many in your position, you're likely seeking efficient, scalable solutions to enhance your productivity without compromising quality or increasing overhead. You need a system that can seamlessly manage customer interactions, provide insightful
Mhm.
analytics, and automate routine tasks, allowing your team to focus on what they do best. So this right here was the um, pains, needs, and wants formula. So we're
Mm.
speaking to their
Yeah.
pains, we're speaking to their needs, and we're speaking to their wants. You know, because that's really when you're selling, you got to speak to them on that tone, or it'll sound bad. Because you talk about, oh, it can do this, it can do this. Oh, it has all these bells and whistles. It can do that. You know,
Yeah.
that's fine and dandy, but if we're not talking to what's causing the pain and what they really need and what they really want, it's gonna go over their head, you know.
Yeah.
So that's where all this comes from. And then I also asked GPT to give me three, or I asked for five. I forgot how many I asked for, but I always ask for more than what I need, and I pick the best ones.
Yeah.
So I gave three or five benefits, you know, of the software, you know, and then I reworded it
Yeah.
to sound as human as possible. And, you know, and then down here
Yeah.
I have my links to show I'm a real person. And hey, hopefully they'll hit one of these links. So this is one of our lives. This is a short demo of the video. I'm sorry, what a phone call. And this one is how to get on our calendar. You know, this
Mhm.
leads to the funnel. That's on Go High Level.
Yep. That's a good use of real estate right there. Yeah. Adding that schedule a 30-minute demo. Mhm.
So
Yeah.
now I'm going to go down to the number three, the third version, and let's see how that one reads versus the first version. Remember the last one was supposed to be the shortest and to the point. So
Mhm.
see how that goes. It says contact name. Saw your job online. We have AI software that sounds human and can make and receive phone calls, saving you overhead and training costs while boosting efficiency within your workspace. Interested? Schedule your no obligation 30-minute demo. And
Mhm.
what did I prompt it to
Yeah.
do? A 30-second read. You see how I was able to
Nice.
read that in 30 seconds?
Yeah.
And that was
Yeah. Very good.
pretty good copy, you know, because the only thing
Yeah.
it was take what I said before, and I said, hey, I gave it the prompt to give me, I said reword this, but allow it to be readable within 30 seconds, and then it read
Yeah.
it, you know. And of course, I added in my own spin to it because it's gonna put its own little verbs in it, like skyrocket, and you know, transform and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, basically, it's going to
Awesome.
spit out something that you can easily edit down. Because, like we were saying before, AI doesn't take over your job; it just makes you more
Right.
efficient. You know, I could have been doing this for
Exactly.
2 hours, but it took me 2 minutes. You know, so because a lot of times, you know, when it comes to creativity, I mean, I got an artist background. You know, writer's
Yeah.
block is a real thing. You know, like you write so much, you think so much, and you get tired of writing the same stuff, and your brain kind of blocks. You know what you're trying to do. Uh,
Yeah. Yeah. Creativity is huge. I mean, I think that there's so many different things you can do with these modalities, right? So with audio, imaging, and text, and you can convert these three between each other, or you can just actually create make these. You can make text, you can make an article, you can create a stream of articles. You can create emails like you showed here. So this is good. But that's really interesting. And then just being able to save time. I think that's one of the things is that we can save so much time
Absolutely.
by doing this. And then it's not meant to replace any people, but it's meant look at it as a way to kind of augment, right? To support what you're doing. So instead of like you doing everything by yourself, you have a little support that helps you do things more efficiently. So that's how to look at that. And I would say for any industry, that's how to look at this. Don't be threatened by this technology, but learn how to use it as a tool. See? So,
Yeah.
yeah, awesome.
I wonder if they'll allow me to put a website right here.
I don't know.
Hold on. Let's see. This is my funnel link. And I got this technique from Pablo, a video, that he was saying how he manages his leads. He just sends everybody down the funnel. So, because he said he used to do telephone calls and he said it was getting exhausting,
Yeah.
So he says, look,
Yeah,
just send them
exactly.
down the funnel. And if they go down it, they go down. If they don't, they don't. So that way you're not wasting time with people,
Yeah.
you know. So that's my funnel. And then I'm going to put my funnel on this contact page. So the software that I got is called form filler or something, contact form filler or something like that. And it does what I'm doing right now, 1 per second of the day. 1 per second.
Oh, nice. That's pretty
One
good.
per second.
1 per second. Yeah.
So all this I'm doing right here. See how long it's taking me to
Yeah.
do it. Um, basically it would have done this in 1 second.
Right.
And like we're
Oof.
talking about, you know, I can do this all day. I would love to, and I do it, but it's not as efficient as if I had AI helping me with it. So
Yeah.
using technology we have makes us way more efficient than if we were doing it on our own. And
Yeah.
I'm just trying to show other business owners the same thing, and I believe you are too. That's really what our goal is, to help these business owners not get left behind and show them that, hey, it's possible. Everything that you need to make everything more streamlined and more simpler is possible. I'm just proofreading this before I hit send. It says select
Mhm.
that line. We have AI software that sounds human and click receive phone call. Saving overhead costs, which your work interest, discussion month, post on here. So the private policy. Yeah. I'm now. And then look, it also has a
Yeah.
captcha breaker
Yep.
on it with it. So the first software costs 100, and I think the other one, the captcha breaker costs 100, like 200 total for the software, for the license. I'm sorry, to use the software.
Yeah.
But
That's pretty
this right here, this captcha, it it even has the captcha breaker on it too. So it'll fill out the form in 1 second
good.
and
Mhm.
break the captcha. And literally, I'm reaching out to tens of thousands of businesses just like this. Um,
Yeah.
versus me, I think the highest outreach I've done in a day is like 65. It's like 60 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's my wife. She's probably dinner time. Um, are you able to meet and we can do this again on another meeting?
Yeah, we can do this again. Yeah, sure we can.
Okay, cool. And
Terry.
since you're in the medical field,
So
do you mind
yeah.
giving everybody your business name or your website? How to get in touch with you?
Yeah, yeah. So the name of the company is Yuki, Yuuki. That's Yuuki. And my I'm Vic Phillips. My email is support at yukiusa.com. That's yuukiusa.com. One of our sites that's up, it's yukitechnologies.com. So you can also reach there. So,
Yeah, I'm bringing it up on my screen,
all
so
right. Thank you.
no problem. So you can go here, guys. If you're in the medical industry and you want to get AI integrated into your business, I'm pretty sure Vic can help you with this very easily, and he will make himself available to you. So just go here or just reach out to him any way you can.
Yep.
All right, everybody.
Awesome.
Appreciate it,
Thank
and
you,
Vic, I
Terry.
appreciate
Thank
your time too.
you. Mhm.
And I look forward to talking to you again.
Thank you.